Waiting, waiting. Are we live yet? Not yet. It takes a few minutes, a few seconds.
Yeah. Can you see the comments?
And now we are live. A few seconds.
Yeah.
And now
Can you see the comments?
And now we are live. A few seconds.
Yeah, there's echo.
Yep, hold the phone. I'm going to turn something off. I'm going to turn off.
Turn off the volume.
Yep.
Yeah, there's echo.
Yep, hold the phone. I'm going to turn something.
Hello? I think you might have turned the wrong thing off.
Wrong one.
We appear to be live. Are you okay?
Are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
And there's no echo?
No.
Okay. So, all right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it this way. Just see if this helps. And I want your feedback. Hold the phone. I'm going to use headphones and see if that helps.
It's fine at the moment. I'm trying to fix it. It's not broken.
Okay. Everything's all good.
So I'm going to do some tissue to begin with. And I've already got some tissue ready. Oh, I've got one more sheet than I thought I had ready. I'm going to be using biggies. I'm sorry about that, Patricia. Because it's a biggie plate. And I've been cutting up wallpaper. So, there's a sheet ready to go. I've got me silver there, which I don't think I'm going to use just yet. Oh, well, I'm dropping things everywhere. Isn't that lovely? Anybody? There's a nice big broom.
By Mimi with Love.
Mimi with Love.
Thank you.
Hello.
We are up to printing on our gel plate with impression papers and other stuff. Oh, Pete's here. Yeah. Actually, you're Mad Frankie. I'm Igor, and she's the master. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got paper and I've got tissue. And I've got various other things to make impressions with. And I've got some... What else have I got? I've got other things to make him do it on. I've got some brown paper somewhere. Anyway, we're going to start with the tissue because I've got that ready now.
Hey,
so,
Frankie.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce us?
Okay, well, I'm Mad Frankie, and this is... Yes, say your name.
I'm Violet. Igor or Igor.
That's better. And together we're mad scientists. Only we're artists as well. So
thank you, Pete.
So I'm going to be using a bit of this
organized.
burnt sienna. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to use some of this burnt sienna to start with. And we'll see what happens after that. Ooh, very gloopy. So let's start. Let us begin.
And what brand is that?
Oh, that's the Pabeo Studio Acrylics. This one. I'm not sure where the camera is. Where have I put the camera?
The channel name, my channel name is Violet CMT.
And mine is Fran on the Edge. Does it get a bit edgy sometimes? Fran on the Edge. Well, it's Fran with a gap between Fran and on the edge. Don't ask. Just happened that way. Right. So that's a goodish covering, I reckon.
Nice.
So I've got a good bit there. I'm going to leave this brayer someplace else. Now, I was thinking of trying different things, but we'll try this big piece first, because I reckon I'm going to get a better impression quickly with that. And it'll be slightly scatty, because I won't press down all the way on all of it. So I can change the orientation a bit as well.
Yeah, we like mappiness.
Exactly. It's a bit squidgy. So I will put that now into the water. So I'm only going to use these things once. I'll use things like cardboard more than once because I don't wash those because they just go. So we'll leave that to dry a bit first. And I'm going to be using this as well. Now, I've used this by peeling off this side, and that gave me this lovely impression with nets. And I'm going to try it on this edge now. So I'll do a little bit there. See if, oh, it does work. That's good. There we go.
Hello, Mariah.
Yeah, lovely. So that's going to be quite good, that, I reckon. I wish I had been able to find my little fan, because with that, you could fan it and let it dry quicker. Because you can't really, I mean, I know some people do use a heat gun, but I would be the kind of person who would melt mine.
I'm
So
trying.
I'm not
to
gonna
try
do
it.
that.
Have I missed something?
What's up?
Oh, she asked if we were reading the chat. I am reading the chat. I am on YouTube reading the chat. So there is a bit of a lag. Yes,
Ooh.
Patricia is here too. I thought I said hello to you, but hello, Patricia.
Well, we said she was the master. What more does she want? This is drying quite well. It's drying better at the corner than it is in the middle. Yeah. See, we won't let the latex. The thing about letting it dry is you get more interesting prints when you pull it up, because you're putting another layer of another color on, and then perhaps making impressions in that, and then doing another layer on top of that. That's the idea. And then we'll get on and do some bit faster. But I want to try and concentrate on one sort of, not one color, but one set of colors. Now, I've got a lot of colors here, and I'm thinking things like this are not going to work. But something like that, put on in small amounts, might well work. Or this, the golden one. Yeah? And I've got a dark turquoise in the Galeria. That's deep turquoise. This is pretty nice color, that one. I like that, so keep that there. Ready? Let me see. How are we doing? Not so many fingerprints coming out. I think we might be ready. So I'm going to use some of that quinacridone nickel azo gold, because it's a lovely color. I'm going to put a little drippy along this edge. I find with a bigger plate, it's a good idea to put a bit more on. And I'm getting a bigger one of these. See, it's got a little bit of oranginess to it, this. I think I need a bit more even than that.
Hello, the Messy Palette AU. Welcome.
Hello. Hello,
and
hello.
Mimi with Love, by Mimi with Love, says she loves your nails.
Oh, thank you. I'm afraid one of them fell off, but there we go. I'm going to print this one, do a quickie.
And to back up a little bit, Patricia P said to check out your opaqueness. Too late, but keep that in mind. I actually wrote it down.
See, I'm going to lift this up because I want to create mappiness. And I've got Oh, I've got some lovely mappiness on that. Just let me open it out. Let me see it. God, tangling up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is lovely. Yeah?
Yes.
Not bad.
Hold it still. Put it back. Hold it still. There you go. But look, it looks like autumn leaves.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Now, it was deliberately not pressed down firmly so that I could get just that layer. So, next one.
I have
Where's
a question
the other one?
we need to answer. By Mimi with Love says, what will you use the tissue paper for?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm planning on a journal. So I'm trying to build up some colours, all in a similar sort of vein. I'm trying to build up enough pages to make a nice journal, an ancient wall journal. So they're all going to be on this sort of ancient, slightly grungy look. And this is the Indian yellow that P liked so much. Trouble with a big plate, you need the big roller to be able to get all over it.
I love that roller.
Because it does dry so fast, you've got to be able to get it sorted. Now then, I'm going to have a go with this one. Oh, that's working, yes.
Definitely, you should try it. By Mimi with Love. It's fun.
It's such fun. You can get involved in it and forget about anything else. This I like for the mesh.
And I'm going to suggest, by Mimi with Love, that you join us on Sundays at PM Artist Studio stream every Sunday morning, or our Sunday mornings in the U.S. This is where we're learning a lot of what we're doing here today, what Mad Frankie is doing. So you'll want to join us Sundays over at PM Artist Studio.
Now I want that bit of paper I had before. Not that one. I'm going to use a bit of this. I'm going to crumple this. This is a thing that you put in the. It's called a color catcher sheet. You put it in the washing machine, and it pulls out all the bad color. Hopefully.
There you go.
That's the idea, anyway. Now I'm going to spot this all over and let that dry, and then I've got to put one layer on top so as to pull it. So this I'm going to aim for where there isn't very much, otherwise it's not going to show through like this. So this is not brayering, as you can tell. So I'm just trying to get little bits of this in because I like verdigris and lichen and things like that. So that's what this is going to be pretending to be.
And what
it's not
color
particularly
is it?
good. This is the deep turquoise, the Galeria one. See where it's nothing showing, so there's no gaps. It's going to mix with the yellow and become a green. And we don't want lots, we just want a little bit. So I'm not going to put much more on than a little bit more of this here, just to get a nice coverage. That's enough. That's enough.
I hope you join us then, Mimi. Fran, when you did the impression, I'm sorry I was writing, what did you use to make your impression?
Well, I used this, which is what you get from Costa when you get your coffees, or from Subway, or not Subway, the other one, Starbucks, or any of those sort of places where they put your drinks in here, McDonald's and everybody. And this, which came in packing from I don't know what, and I ripped most of that side off. It came like that, and I ripped most of that side off, leaving some bits. So that made the other impressions.
Okay.
I didn't use anything else, did I?
Coffee
I think that was it.
And packing.
Oh, I used the other one at the side. I don't know where to put it now.
It's okay. I'll write it down.
There was another piece of this, but thinner, and I used the side. I don't know where to put it. I just flung it on the ground somewhere.
That
There
I
it is.
saw.
That one. And it made a really nice impression, actually. I was quite surprised by how good that was.
Yes, it did.
How are we doing? I'm getting some green off, so blue off, so I'll keep waving at it. Keep waving.
So I think that would be 11 a.m. your time, Mimi. Always, P. Always, you're welcome. P says, think about using a blue.
I just did.
Well, okay. Hold on.
I call that a blue.
Yeah, there's a lag.
I don't want any more blue on there. I want it to be these brownie shades. I'm trying to go for the brownie shades. So what I'll do is I'll probably try and pull it with the transparent red iron oxide because I've got a nice big tube of that.
Well, see, this is what happens when I'm busy. I wrote down you use the deep turquoise for the verdigris, and then you used a blue?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just used the deep turquoise. I call that a fairly bluish colour,
Okay.
but I'm not putting any more on.
Okay.
I need that little fan, you know. I don't know what I've done with it. It's a Christmas present and I've not used it. I think I've got the cable, but I don't know where the fan is. It's a little cold fan, so it doesn't put hot air onto it, so it won't melt the plate. How are we doing? Because it's a bit thick over here, so it's inclined to come up over there.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. So it's a bit longer to...
I don't know how you did it because you were so excellent before, but now the bottom right corner is off the screen.
Bottom right corner. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that better? I probably just bumped this. Yeah? Is that better?
Yep, mostly. Hello, Judy. There you go.
Is that Judy 333?
Judy P's crafty journeys. Judy P's.
All right, not Judy 333 then. Hello, Judy's crafting journeys.
Crafty, C-R-A-F-T.
Crafty. Pardon. Crafty.
I've seen her before. Yeah, she's been there before.
I'm just going to go over that bit that I've already done with a clean bit of this to see if anything else lifts up. A little bit does. And if I just tap on it, I can maybe stop it from being too thick. I think that's about right. Yeah. I think that's good enough to go with, you know.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Now then.
Sometimes it pays to do a quick pull even with the splotches like that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll see. We're going to do this now.
Okay. The Messy Palette AU says, hi, Patricia. Patricia is the P member of PM Artist Studio.
This might destroy the blue, you know.
And that was the red iron oxide?
Yep, red iron oxide. It's destroyed it on this side, but it may show through the other side. If it doesn't matter. It's only an experiment.
Right.
Next time, if I'm really, really fast, I might manage to do it without... without making so much mess. Right. Sheet. I think I'm going to do this on a card.
Okay.
Card.
Where are you located?
Yes, I am, Patricia. Really, I am. And I've got blue goo all over my hand now. The blue goo hand. I need a tissue. Now I've got a bit of time. Now it's down. But I just don't want to be getting goo on everything else.
Well,
now, where's the Baron?
One of my desk Messy Palette. I tend to take over the house when I get on a project. Any exposed counter space or desk space or table space is mine.
Yeah. And unfortunately, my husband's had to give up the drawing room for me.
What she
He
was
said, "You're not going in there and destroying that." I said, "It'll only be temporary."
right.
He didn't believe me.
Okay, P, that's all right. You go take care of Izzy. It's okay. We understand.
You can always watch the replay if you've got time.
Exactly. And
Very nice to see you. Tatty bye.
she said she has a sick child here, so she can't write stuff. She's just
Oh,
watching, and that's okay.
oh, poor Izzy.
Poor Izzy. Um,
Poor Izzy.
Messy Palette says this looks like my desk. Yes, any good artist has a messy desk.
Here we go. We're getting a really good effort, actually. I'm really pleased with that. That is not bad at all. That's pretty much what I was hoping for. I'd like to try another one with the pale lemon and a similar effect. I like that. Isn't that good?
Hold that. Nice. That's, yeah. Remember, there's a lag, but I love that. That's going to be great in your journal.
Yeah, I think it is. I might have to do some printing on the other sides of some of these, you know. Well, there's a dog, so we don't want that down there where the dog is. And let's rescue that one from the dog as well. Now, I'm going to put something else on here. Let's start with a burnt umber. There we go, burnt umber. I want a little bit more darkness in this one.
All right. Let me write this down. Number...
Second pull, burnt umber. I'm going to use some wallpaper on this one.
They have burnt umber and they have raw umber. Doesn't anybody know how to cook umber well? Yuck.
Yeah.
I know. That joke gets old, doesn't it? And I don't tell it right. Mariah tells it. I'll leave it to her. I just like it.
Wallpaper. Which one shall I use? That one, I think.
That is some really burnt umber. Where's your wallpaper?
It's on it.
Oh, we're on a lag.
There's a lag. And that little bit there. Oops. Pick them up. And I'm going to use that one again, but this way. So I can use it there and there. There we go. And then I'm going to use this one. I've got a lot of papers here waiting to be used. And I want the swirly one. There's a swirly one in here somewhere. There we are, almost in the middle. I'm going to use some of this.
On your previous poll, Judy P says beautiful.
Thank you.
I agree.
That's pretty good. So I'm going to go for some Indian yellow.
There she is, Judy.
Nicolazo Gold. What's this one?
You, Judy,
Oh yeah, transparent yellow. I think I want to take a bit more of that up. So I'm going to go over it with this as well. See if I can get some more impressions. This is a tea strainer. Tea bag. Strainer. And I think I want to do that as well because that brought up some nice gaps.
I have to write that down. And then the coffee holder.
Yep.
The Judies are in the house. Yes, they are. 333 Judy 333. That's her.
Oh, it's 333 Judy. Hello. We are playing. A little bit in this corner because I want something there as well. And maybe another one there. There. Just want some more gaps to get the blue through, you see, because I'm going to put a bit more blue on.
Right.
And then I'm going to do a quick pull on the, what do you call it? Tissue. Now, that's got to dry now.
Okay, so we talk amongst ourselves while that dries. Let's see. I
Yeah,
won't sing. I promise not to sing this time. I sang last week.
Oh, good. Yeah, we might have copyright problems. Although that one was cool, wasn't it?
The one I sang was from 1957. I think we're safe, but yeah.
With any luck.
Yeah, we're okay. But I won't sing anything.
But I can put this on before it dries.
Or rather, I won't sing anything recognizable. How's that?
Yeah, well, that would work as well, wouldn't it?
I love what that coffee holder leaves, the impression it leaves there. Just
yeah.
so
I think it might be easy to use to cut one off and just use one and repeatedly place it, because it's hard to press down 4 at once.
Oh, that's a good idea. What color are you using now?
It's still the deep teal from before. I've still got a little puddle of it over here.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do also is trying to make sure I don't leave too much of the teal on there so it doesn't take so long to dry.
Right.
I might use a little bit of that leaf green, but I don't know. You don't like leaf green, do you?
Well,
but it might be all right. Just as a little extra bit of verdigris.
You know what I would say is make me like it. Go ahead, I dare you.
Well, I can try. Just a little tiny bit here and there.
Rudy 333 says, no one would claim copyright to my singing. They'd never recognize the song.
Uh-huh. Well, that's the safest way, isn't it, these days? You can be copyrighted for goodness knows what and have no idea what was going on.
Okay, so you use the leaf green.
Yep. And I'm trying to put it in the gap so that it will show through, because what we'll see will be on the other side of this plate. Right, so that's that. Right, where's my big bit of card to wash?
Hi, little sister Cheryl is crafting.
Hiya. Hi, Cheryl.
I'm so glad you're here.
Hello to anybody I've missed saying hello to by being in the thrall.
You're in the
Sorry. Definitely. Now I want to use that, get a little bit of a second. Just going to pop this on just to see if there's anything that will come up yet. See, I'm not pressing it down firmly. I just want to get some of it up to create a mappiness. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. I mean, this is quite spotty, but isn't that nice? Got little impressions here and there, so that's lovely. That can make a layer for putting other things on top of.
We appreciate it, Cheryl. I'm glad you came by. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I don't think we can see the color as true as.
There's a lot of wet in the corner there. I've got to waft it a bit more. There's going to be some pale yellow. I want to put a little bit of the red in though. The what's it red? Transparent red iron oxide. I want to put a little bit of that on.
Okay. Okay. That's the first pull. That's the second pull on that. Let's see.
That was the brief spotty pull. That
Yeah,
other one.
exactly.
This is
I'm
nice
going to
brown.
actually write that. Transparent red oxide. I think I have a big 12 by 14 gel plate like that, and I think I need that bigger brayer.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I got this
Yeah.
from Jackson's. It wasn't very expensive. It's quite. Oh, I've got paint everywhere now. Blue paint coming off the brayer. Oh dear. Never mind. It'll all join in and create something else. Right, back to wafting. Because I don't want to pull that. I want the lemon to show through. So I've got this little mesh on a tea bag or tea strainer. I'm going to go over it in places. See if I can't get something
Okay.
there. I mean, it's not much. It's just a few little spots.
Okay.
And it'll only be where the it's got to go in the water. I've got a tray of water sitting here behind me, in case you didn't know. And it's the only way to make sure some things don't need throwing away.
Are you going to put the pale lemon yellow on next?
Yep, pale lemon yellow will be next.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to make some holes through that iron oxide.
Right.
So that there'd be something to show through. And I probably won't get all the edges, so that'll give me some nice mappiness.
Yeah.
Can I find a finger that hasn't got any colour on it and find out if this is ready? It's not ready. That's what I do. I put my finger on, and the trouble is, I've done this so much on it. That's going through the net. That is going peepity peepity peep peep. That was that first mesh doing that.
Look at you. Artist at work.
While we're waiting, I just wanted to show you something that won't work and why. This is a beautiful key. I could make a mold out of this with silicone mold maker. No problem. But to use on here, you could only use it on the edge like that.
Right.
Because there's this bubble here in the design. So it's not a flat design. Anything that is not flat is not going to print. I mean, I might get something from that, but not in the middle of the plate, only at the edges. And most of the edges here are dry anyway by now. So that's not going to work. That's going back in the cabinet. I might try a little bit of this paler one, you know, teal. I think that might be nice. I think it's almost ready. Yes, I think it's ready. Let's do the pale lemon yellow. Shall we do the one with the mix I made? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's do the pale lemon yellow mix I made with the iridescent medium. Just because you can. Now, this is made with pale yellow Galeria, this one, and it's got 2 teaspoons of that in there. Iridescent medium, 4 teaspoons, and retardant about 20 drops. I didn't mean it to be 20 drops, but it all sort of splished in. Okay. So
I wrote it down.
Thank you, Violet.
Yep.
He's a good little Igor. I'd be lost if it wasn't for my Igor. Honestly, I've got a clue. He's my tech wizard and memory.
You just worry about the gel plating, right? We try to keep you socialized, but mostly we try to keep you busy down there on your table, gel plating or creating something.
Well, let's hope so. Now with the retardant, it should help a bit. to be lovely. This is going to bring it back from the dark side. But I do like the dark side. Just it would be highlighted somewhat. Oh, that's going to be lovely.
On the dark side.
So we want a piece of the card, which is sitting over here. And I'm just going to plonk this on and see what happens. It's not quite accurate because this side of the gel plate seems to be thicker than this side of the gel plate, wider. That's probably just the way I put it down on the card. See, if I need to move this away, I'll go on with another smaller gel plate.
Okay. Yeah, in case you have to let it set for a bit.
Yeah. I've been fairly quick getting that on. I don't know what Patricia would say, though. She'd be yelling at the screen, "Put the paper on!"
See, it's okay if P doesn't come in and chat. We can hear her in our heads.
Yeah, exactly. Mm.
It's either her or Mariah, right?
That is going to have to stay.
Okay.
That's going to have to wait. We'll come back to that later. So I'm so glad you made me put the bit of cardboard underneath. So glad. Well, I've got a 12 by 12 or an 8 by 10. I think I'll use the 8 by 10, depending on which one I can find. There's the 8 by 10. This one's a bit muckier. You can see where old bits are, can't you?
Okay.
Yes, I don't think we won't have time to do any anything with journals today. We'll have to do that another day when we start using some of these bits and start putting them in things. Can you see that all right?
I can see that. It's perfect. And P is over here laughing, probably at what we said about her being in our head.
Probably.
Yep.
So I'm going to do some more refined bits here, and I'm going to be using things like this. Because I like that.
Can you move the texture plate up just a bit so the whole thing is on that brown paper?
Yeah. There you go. Is that better?
Hold on, there's a lag. That's great. Yes, that's great. Okay, go back to your stenciling.
That's what I was looking for. I'm going to do a bit of this. Iridescent copper fine.
And I have to say this because it's only fair, that little stencil that you have down there is from PM Artist Studio, from their shop.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, I'm intending to use a few of those, especially my favorite, which is this one, cellular membrane. I love that one. Right, I'm going to use the smaller brayer.
I'm not going to.
That's called cellular membrane. That's called crosses, I think. Crisscross. I think that's what it's called. I'm going to take that out of the way. It's getting in the way. The thing about this metallic one is it beads up. I love it when it does that. I was thinking about trying this.
There. Can you hear me type? My typewriter, my keyboard is so loud.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's not a bother. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's from years. I've broken it in. It's from years of being a transcriptionist. Oh, look at that. I missed the color exactly. My bad.
What else around there? These are all PM Artist Studio.
That's the cell membrane. And that one I can never remember the name, but I love it.
That's crosses, isn't it? I think that's what it's called. This one is the one that makes me think of Charles Rennie Mackintosh. That's what it makes me think of.
What was the gold you used?
It wasn't gold.
Oh.
It was copper.
Copper.
It was the copper, iridescent copper light fine. Can you see that?
Is that from? Oh, I wasn't looking.
Golden.
Okay.
It's golden. Yeah. Okay.
I just wondered if you got your delivery today. No, I guess you didn't.
No, it will be till tomorrow. No, I ordered something like 3 in the morning or something. So they don't count that day. So today is day 1, and it'll be tomorrow. I was just picking that little bit up.
I love how you make it like a masterboard, like just with all the different stencils instead of sticking with one stencil. That's really cool.
I do like doing that. It feels as if I'm getting more out of things, you know. Now these go straight into the water. I know P doesn't, and she just lets it all build up. I can't do that. I can't. They're so beautiful. I've got to pick them nice. There we go. Now I'm going to add some. What am I going to add? What do you suggest? I mean, I've got a bit of time.
I'm still wondering if I like that green. So, I don't.
Well,
know.
you can barely see it, so don't worry about it.
Right, copper with copper. You could do. You want to stay with the theme for your journal, so you could go the red ox. I always fall back on that red oxide.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could also do the burnt umber, the burnt sienna, not the burnt umber, but the burnt sienna.
Okay.
So either of those for your journal. But I kind
of
I've
got raw sienna as well.
Well, and then I was
thinking, the burnt sienna.
Have we done a decent blue besides the turquoise?
Well, I don't want to do too much blue, because when I did do the too much blue, I mean, it was just blue and maybe a bit of the lemon yellow on another layer. And it was nice, but it wasn't going to fit in the journal.
Okay.
So I just want to use little bits, just tiny bits, you see.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go back to suggesting the sienna or the red oxide. With that.
Yeah, sienna or red oxide. Let's do the red iron oxide, and I want to do the pale lemon on the top. I'm thinking about this more than I did before. I mean, before I would just panic. You know, it's going to dry, it's going to dry. Do something. Because I can hear P in my head saying that, you see.
But you're a little more focused on what you want to do, how you want to do it. You know, you've done enough practice is what I'm saying.
And I'm going to do a light little tiny lift. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just to get some little bits off here and there. There we go. That's enough. That's enough. Now I dry it. So that's another way of putting texture without using a stencil or anything like that.
Right.
Because you're just using the paper and just letting it touch in places, not all over.
Okay, Mariah.
So you can see the membrane there.
Yep.
And that silicone barbecue brush worked really well, actually. Definitely see that there. Woofty woofty. Da, la, 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 la. I might use a little bit of Brusho. I've got some Brushos here. I've got, not in this one, I don't think, but I've got a copper and I've got a gold, but I've already put copper iridescent from golden on there.
Yeah.
So we don't need another copper on there, but it's a thing to think about. Those are brushers, so I can put those on. If I was doing inks, I could put those on. They would go everywhere, you know. They would spread out, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm. Your hands are going wild.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not coming up this time, so that's all right. Now, another bit of this iridescent. Or should I go darker? Should I put some burnt umber on there? Or should I go for the lemon yellow, the pale lemon yellow?
Your
I think I'll
call.
go for this because if I go for the light one, then I can stamp on it later when it's dried.
Mariah says darker. Now, I know there's a lag. It might be too late to tell you that, but Mariah says darker.
No, it's not. It's not too late. Oh, I can use the Payne's grey. Yes, the darker of the
Oh,
Payne's grey.
oh,
Yes.
I'm excited. Payne's gray. Okay.
Here we are. It's over here somewhere. If I can just find it. Here we are. PG1 and PG2. So if I use PG2, which is a bit less transparent, translucent, that would be nice. Now, what do I do with that? A moment ago, I had it in my hand. There we are.
Oh, Mariah agrees. Mariah agrees. The Payne's gray. And yes, I think the PG2 because it'll give you a little more color.
Yeah.
Less transparent, a little more opaque.
It's a lovely sort of grey, isn't it? Because it's quite bluey looking.
Yes.
But it doesn't show up as blue when you use it.
It's quite a bit.
Yep. I find that the transparent doesn't show up very much, so you've got to use a fair bit to get it to do what you want it to. Otherwise, you're just putting more on later. You know, you put some on and you think, oh, no, I want more than that. Then you've got to open the pot and put some more on again.
That's the plan, Mariah. She says that will be loverly. Mm-hmm. I like that.
I certainly hope so. It's got that nice toning down darkness. You're right about the darkness.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Now, another card.
Oh, I like it just looking at it on the plate. I mean, it just, I can't wait till you pull a print and it's the other way around. Paper, paper, paper. Get your paper on there.
It's on.
Okay.
Lovely paper. Well, actually, it's card, but lovely card. This is the best bit. The calm bit.
Yeah. Get your brayer.
Just before the reveal when you go, oh.
There you go. Don't go getting goofy on us.
Why not?
I don't know.
I like being goofy. Oh, I haven't tried the ferrule yet. Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely. Isn't that lovely? Oh, look, you can see the swirls. You can see the swirls of the brush. Oh, wonderful.
And I'm just getting, oh, wow. I'm just now seeing it. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Can you see these spotty bits here where the paint has run away from itself?
Oh, wow. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. The Magical Touch Studio.
Love that bit. Isn't that marvelous? Oh, that was worth it. That was worth it. I like that. I can do another one of those.
Oh, no. Can I look some more? Come on.
Oh, I want to get on and do another one. There you go. There you go. I also want to dry that brush because it's sitting in the water. If I dry the brush, I can use it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, put that just lay that down there for me to just drool over while you go. Yeah, go dry your brush. Leave me here alone with the goodie.
Sorry. You'll have to look at the empty plate instead.
By Mimi with Love says, "Oh wow, that one is stunning." And
It
P
was good.
says, Patricia Carmichael says, "Wow, wow, 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 wow."
Yeah,
And
that was an intended one that actually worked the way it was intended. That's
oh,
amazing. Now then, now I'm going to put some more of the yellow down.
we get excited about these beautiful pulls. Some of them, they're all beautiful, but every once in a while, there's that one that just wow, 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 wow. Yes, we love it. Okay, we're doing the next pull.
This one is lemon, yeah, my mix, my lemon yellow and iridescent mix with retarder added. I wonder if that other one is ready yet. Getting greedy now, thinking about the one that's sitting over there.
Yes, it was. I mean, they're all beautiful, Mimi, but every now and then you get that one that you think it's going to go well. You wonder if it's going to go well, and then you pull it and you just drool. You need a napkin and a bib too because you're drooling over how well it came out. And we do get excited and noisy. Okay. And that's the barbecue brush.
Yep.
Which I never would have thought of, but I know Russ has one of these somewhere that I'm stealing. Yes, it is, Carol. It is.
Well, I saw it.
I want to focus on Fran and what Fran is doing, so we're not showing my desk today. So yes, this is me behind the StreamYard curtain. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I'm going to use these ones and that one. A little bit of Polynesian on the edge. A little bit of Polynesian on the edge.
This is the Polynesian stencil.
That's the Polynesian Geometry Polynesian. That I don't know what it's called. It's sort of it's things. That's I think is from Lumpy Rocks. I'm not sure. I might be wrong about that. You'll have to ask Patricia.
Janet is here. Yay! Janet's got time to stop and see us. She's
So what colour am I going to use on top? Hi, Janet. Sorry, I'm thinking.
That's all right. I got it.
Not a lot there, but some, so that's nice. Take that and pop it in the tray. And that one and pop it in the tray.
Okay.
And this one and pop it in the tray. So it's a lovely one, this one. It's a sort of open circles with other open circles. But I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know, but I love all the yumminess on your plate already.
Right, now I've got to dry that. Where's me wafty? Here we are. Here's me wafty stamp. I can also do a bit of stamping with it. I like that.
I'm glad you.
That's quite that's enough. That's enough playing. Let's get it dry. Now, what colour am I going to put on next?
Well, if you don't want blues, we're keeping it to the reds and browns and yellows.
Yeah.
Maybe you have something orangey you want to throw in there.
Orangey. Well, the Nicolazo Gold is a bit on the orangey side, isn't it?
Okay.
Possible. Or the burnt sienna is a bit orangey.
That's why I like it.
Burnt sienna?
Yeah. The umber is I like the umber, but it's darker. I think the burnt sienna has more of a red tint to it.
Yeah. Well, there's the burnt umber, and there's the raw burnt sienna. See, people can't cook either umber or sienna. They always burn them. In French, it is called sienna brulee. I think of creme brulee when I see that word.
Yeah, that's exactly what went through my head.
Still a tiny, tiny bit.
I'll tell you, Jan, yeah, that's your joke. And I tell it very poorly. You tell it much better. Janet,
Oh, I don't. I miss half of it off.
Play with your gel plate, especially if you listen to Patricia and Mariah on PM Artist Studio. Though, I mean, Fran started out, we had no idea what we were doing. And Fran has just excelled in my mind, watching her learn more and get excited more.
I was just using it as a game, you know, as something to play with. It wasn't sort of looking at it with any kind of intent other than just to see what would happen. Yeah. So now that I've been watching Patricia doing all her marvelous magic, I've started to have some ideas, you see. Right. So that's why I'm trying to do just limited colors, because I'm inclined to go off and go completely nuts and do way too much, and like a lot of blue, which is lovely but not what I need for the project I'm doing. This is way too much paint. I'm getting to see the patterns underneath. I think that's enough removal. Right. I want to do a bit of this.
I'm more and more enthralled with using my gel plate, Carol. I just using some of the tips and just the go for it and try it out and experiment attitude that I learned from Patricia and Mariah. It's a lot of fun. Or maybe I just like the smell of paint on a gel plate. I don't know.
Could be. There we are. That's good and gooed up now, that one.
Well, Mimi, you definitely need to come over Sundays to PM Artist Studio YouTube. We have fun and we learn. And we have fun. She used that little thingy and it just went right over my head. That little thingy that she's been teasing me with all morning that she said, I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait and see.
That's a ferrule. It goes on the end of your walking stick, and I use lots of sticks because I have problems with my knees and my back and my neck and everything. So I use that a lot. No, I'm going to put lemon yellow on. Oh, shall I? Yes, yeah, I think I'll put the lemon. No, the lemon yellow was on first, wasn't it? Yeah, so I don't need lemon yellow.
Yeah, you used the lemon.
I could use burnt umber.
Well, I have to back up because somebody was over here in chat talking and not paying attention. What's the color you finally decided to put down?
Sienna? Burnt sienna.
Okay.
Burnt sienna.
Not the uncooked stuff, huh?
No, not the uncooked stuff. No, we don't want anything raw. It's coming. It says Christmas. Haven't even decided what size to do the journal at.
Well, you'll have the papers to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a choice. Well, and that's why I told you, why don't you separate your papers by color or some organization, and that way, then you can go from there. What do you want to do with them? Collage fodder
Yes.
or journal pages?
Well, that's what I did. That's why I decided I needed to do more in these sort of tones because I didn't have enough.
Okay, Judy, thank you.
Bye-bye, Judy. This is taking a while to dry. I put rather a lot on.
I
So
guess.
that's my fault. Entirely my fault.
I think, yeah, because I can't do a song and dance here. I'm just not feeling it. So I think by next week,
Next time, I want to have a go with these. Not sure that these are actual laser prints or if they're just copies and therefore for collage rather than for laser printing. So I'll have to try it with the bigger ones.
And I wrote down, find the fan.
Find the fan. Yeah.
Find the yeah.
It is a bit laborious, isn't it? So let's see. How close are we? We're pretty close. Yeah, I think we're okay. So I don't want to put lemon yellow on because that's already on there. So either I go with Payne's grey or burnt umber.
Payne's grey is lighter. What do you think? Will it come through, do you think?
I've deliberately made marks to make sure there's somewhere for it to come through.
So let's see. Lemon yellow and then the burnt sienna. So either one. I'm torn. Either one. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Let's see. Mimi says gray. Anybody else have a?
Just try the grey then.
Yeah. Well, I kind of.
Because I'm not sure. Let's go for the grey. We'll do a burnt umber on the last one on the next one.
Okay.
That way we get a bit of both.
And this is the Payne's grey mix, right? PG2.
Yep, this is the PG2. Yeah. The darker or the less transparent, at least.
If so, I can explain if anyone wants to know what we mean by the mix is that Fran took some Payne's grey and using the mixing guide from PM Artist Studio, she added.
I didn't look at the guide, but I had looked at the guide previously, so
right.
I was using the same sort of idea.
Right.
So when Patricia says a pea-sized piece, that's what I used. I used the bit on the end of the spatula, just the size of a little pea. So when I say 5 peas of Payne's grey, that's how much.
So when she's using a mix, she's actually using a out of that little jar is something that she mixed herself to.
Yep. So it's 5 pieces of Payne's grey, 8 teaspoons, about a teaspoon size, a bigger dollop of soft matte gel, and 10 drops of retarder. That's that one. Now.
And the soft matte gel is to help it become more transparent. Do I have that correct?
Yep.
And the retardant is to help it dry slower, so that because she doesn't move as fast as P, I think, as getting a paper down.
Well, I can do, but I prefer not to have to.
Right. But if you wanted to know more, you would find on their shop, if you go to PM Artist Studio website on their shop, you will see that there's a guide for mixing it, and right now it's free. So
Yep. But she didn't have any with Payne's Grey, so I had to invent that one. And she didn't have any with a pale lemon, so I had to invent that one. Now, I probably do is just keep doing that with things I like. You know, if I think that I want something like that, but a bit different, you know, a bit more yellow or a bit less brown or whatever.
Right.
And that's probably what I'll do. Make one. Oh, I'm getting something off here, but there's loads left on. Look at that.
Well, I'm waiting because there's a lag, so I'm still waiting to look at that. Oh. Oops.
Sorry about the cough.
Oh, my goodness.
Rather good.
Oh.
And you look at the plate. Loads left.
Oh, wow.
Burnt umber now.
That's beautiful.
Do we get both that way?
Oh, wow. Then we even get a second pull.
Yep.
Well, what are you going to put down? Now you're going to put down the burnt umber?
Yep.
Yep. What? You okay?
Yeah, I've got to have a drink.
Okay. We're just a little over an hour, just so you know. I don't want you getting.
Let's do another pull of that. See what we get out of that.
Hi, Debbie Cork. I think I said that correctly. Corky?
Hello, Debbie.
Welcome, welcome.
Yep, I hope you enjoy it. It's mostly watching paint dry. Ah, well. You talk for a second. I've got to go deal with this cough.
Okay. All right. A little cough there. So I'm going to be your entertainment. Do we have any questions that I can answer for anyone? Yes? No? And remember there's a lag, so but I'll be happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. No? Well, then I'll just say, sounds like cork is in bottle. Love a bit of watching paint dry. Ah, cork. Good. I had it correct. I don't know about loving watching paint dry, but I sure like watching Fran create. So welcome, welcome. And welcome really. If I've missed anyone, I'm sorry. Welcome to everyone, and thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We don't expect it, but we appreciate it. Okay, and I apologize for my noisy typewriter, my noisy keyboard, because I was a medical transcriptionist for over 15 years, and I've pretty much broken in every keyboard in the house to where it clickety clacks like a typewriter. So I'm sorry about the noise if you hear me typing.
I'm so sorry about that.
There you go.
I've not been so bad lately. It's just suddenly came upon me. Sorry.
It's all right.
Right, I might have to leave this one.
Yep.
Make sure I get a lot off. So what I'll do is I'll move this over the other side and bring the other one back.
So let's bring that. I'm going to write it down that we set it aside.
Yep. You'll be able to see by looking at the back what it might look like.
And bring back that big old 14 by 12.
Yep.
And the last thing that was on there was the transparent red oxide, and you use the T-mesh strainer and.
Did I? Okay.
Yep, that's what I wrote
I
down.
don't remember.
Well, I'm here to remind you. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. And then you let that dry and you use the pale lemon yellow mix. Oh no,
Yep.
wait. Yes, and then you put a white card on it. So let me. So there's only two colors on this? Really?
No, there's a lot more than two on here.
There's got to be more than two. I must have missed something. Oh, you know what? That was over a first pull.
Yeah. So
That
it's
was over
got some left over from the previous pull.
Yep.
And it's not lifted it all up. Should have left it a bit longer, but it is nice. Isn't that lovely? That's gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Oh, you can see the mesh from the tea strainer. Isn't that marvellous? Look at that. Look at these.
Wow. That's beautiful. Fran, I have a question for you, if you don't mind, off to the side. I'm loving that. I'd like to make Janet a mod so she can, if she doesn't mind, so she can watch in case I miss anything. Would that be okay?
Okay. Which Janet is that?
Janet Baum. Oh, I can't do it. I don't have the I don't have the power.
Oh, can I do it?
Yep, you have to go to YouTube and click on her three buttons, I think, and then you make her a mod. So anyway, I love that.
I've got star comment, put user in timeout, block a user. Don't think we want to do that.
Okay, well then I don't know. I don't know. I have
that's in StreamYard though.
Oh no! I think you have to do it from YouTube. If Janet is okay with that, if not, then we'll just undo her. That's okay. She's such a great mod.
I have to go to YouTube, right? Okay, so that means opening up YouTube. This might make things go a bit odd. YouTube. I didn't have YouTube open, you see.
Well, I don't want to distract you, so we can wait till we figure it out.
YouTube open, you see. So now we've got echo.
Yeah. So I don't want to distract you, so we can wait till we figure it out.
I haven't got the comments. So now we've got echo. So I don't want to distract you, so we can wait till we figure it out. I haven't got the comments. So now we've got echo. Hang on. There we are. That's got rid of that.
Oh, thank you. That was a bad idea on my part.
It was nasty. Yeah, I can't do that. I can make star comment for her, but I can't do anything else. Settings.
We'll figure it out.
Well, somebody will have to explain it to me sometime, because it's not working.
Thank you. It's okay. Oh, Mr. Roboto is talking, so gotta run. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Okay, you switched to me.
I've tried to go to the settings and it threw me out. Hello, Violet. You can see all your notes now.
I know. I closed my book. Well,
there you go. Back to just me. You're safe. Right, let me raise that up again a bit. I'm so sorry. I obviously can't do that. I don't know how. If only there was some way to give you more power so you could do that.
Yeah,
there must be something. I need to ask somebody who does it all the time, like Mariah or somebody.
Yeah, we'll have to ask. We'll figure it out. Okay. Back to your...
Back to now then, let's put this out of the way because it's shadowing things. It is lovely, but we don't want the shadow. I really, really like that one, actually. I really like it. I think I'm going to need to do something to some blue. Not now, later. And create a nice little mix with some grey and some maybe some grey and some blue. I don't know. Something with some blue to make a blue tint. So probably a lot of transparency.
Yeah.
Okay. What shall we do with this? Let's do some bronze. I like the bronze.
Now, I wanted to remind you of the different papers you were going to use.
Oh dear.
Well, that you want to keep that in mind when you start laying your
I have
colors.
been using tissue. I have been using tissue.
Right. What did you? One of the things that Mariah and
Oh,
P like
piano roll. That's right here.
exactly, and then
I could
Ann
do
isn't
that.
here, but you also have a gift from Ann that you wanted to try.
Oh yes, yes, that's here as well. That's right here. Yes. Yes, I definitely want to have a go with that. Of course, this is the big plate, and the thing from Anne won't fit all over it, or it might if I've got enough of it. I didn't open it out to see how many, so we'll try. We'll see what we can do.
So, what color did you just put down?
Bronze.
Bronze.
I used the bronze. So now then.
Okay. And that dries fast. We already know that.
Yeah, don't keep telling me.
Right? Well, I mean, you
One.
could do a quick pull with tissue paper just to get some mappiness if you want. Oh, Mariah's back.
These are Mariah and Patricia's lovely stencils. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this bitty one here down over it, and I'm going to pull that off, go as far as the edge, pull that, pull some of that, and that's it. I'll just let it rest slightly on there without doing too much. There we go.
Mariah says you should cut that big plate up into smaller ones. And Mariah, I have said that multiple times, but she doesn't want to.
This plate?
Right.
No, I like my big plate. I'll get another one.
She gets all she's in love with it. She won't. Now, if she gets another one that big, she will probably cut that one up. But
yeah. Well, I've got a very small plate anyway, so I don't really need another very small plate. I've got a 6x6, so don't really need very, very small ones. But yes, it would be nice to cut one this size up into 4 maybe, or something like that. Then you could keep going, couldn't you? Right, where's me wafter? Won't take long anyway, will it?
no, it dries.
It's nearly dry already.
Right.
So I want to put some what do you call it? The red iron oxide on it. I think that's dry already. So if I do the red iron oxide, similar will happen. There it is.
You didn't want to. You were talking about blues, so obviously you're not going to do the blues just yet.
Oh no, because I've got to make a mix for that.
Right. Okay. So the transparent red iron oxide.
Yep. And I think I want the. Is that mesh usable? It is. I'd like to use that, and maybe a bit more wallpaper that I haven't used yet.
Mariah says, nice choice. Oh, you didn't get the big brush cleaned or dry?
Huh? Well, that. Oh no, I put it back in there. But I'm trying to do this, the mesh, getting the water off it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on because that mesh is quite good. But it does make your fingers rather gooey because you get a lot of paint on your fingers. And I like, put that back in there, this.
I like that mesh.
This is a lovely mesh, this little tea strainer. Beautiful. You get some nice marks from that. There we are. That's fairly comprehensive, I think.
It just made me remember. I was thinking about the tools I use on my gel plate, and one of them is an old flip-flop. The bottom of a flip-flop has some
yes. I remember that. That's lovely, that flip-flop. Yeah. That made a gorgeous thing. I haven't used the mesh, have I? The lime mesh.
The lime? No, you haven't.
It's too late on this layer. I do it on the next layer.
Yeah, it's cool how you not only do layers of paint and let it dry, but you do layers of impression and let it dry, and do another layer with more impressions. It's
trying to get a bit of everything and as much as possible. I want more. I want more.
Whole mishmash, and it comes out beautiful.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is, every time you make an impression and put another layer of paint on, that layer of paint is going to show through. If you keep making impressions over the same areas, you're going to get some colors that will show through, but not all over the whole plate, which is what I really love. That's not dry. That's definitely not dry, because that is very watery from the sponge.
What do you
not sponge, the tea strainer.
What color are you going to put on next?
Payne's grey, the PG2.
Okay.
Now there's another little bit that I'm just soaking up a bit. When I took the little tea strainer out of the water, I didn't dry it sufficiently, so there are bits that are showing through water from it, so that might show through more because I'm now patting it off, but that's fine. That doesn't matter.
What paper are you going to use to do your pull?
Piano roll.
Okay.
Kills me. God, I've got to get the piano roll out and cut a bit off now.
Well, that's
all right. It's dry enough. There we are. Let's just have a bit of piano roll. So, I think cut a piece off. I'm glad it's on a roll. I like this because you can put another thing on top and get another impression at the same time. So, what colour am I going to put on? Payne's grey. PG2.
Grey mix.
Yep. PG2.
This has the gel medium and the retarder in it.
Yep, but it's got more of the Payne's grey in. The PG1 has only 2 Ps. This has 5 Ps.
Hi, Cheryl. You're back and forth and back and forth. You must get dizzy, dear.
She's probably busy.
Yes.
I sometimes wonder how some of us manage to do anything, you know. There's so many other things that we need to do.
Well, and that's what I said. All this eating, sleeping, and peeing gets in my way. I'm trying to do
it's awful.
It's just bothering me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, really, real life. Who wants it?
I've got to time my food breaks while my plate is drying, and
yep, that's what you got to do.
I mean, I don't even go out and get the mail anymore. He gets it because I'm busy, dear. I have stuff to do.
Oh.
That's 5 minutes I can't afford to give up. I'm sorry about that, Cheryl. I hope it works out.
Huh?
Cheryl says she's having internet issues.
Oh, that's not good. That's a pain when that happens.
Oh, don't you know it?
Yeah. Oh, we had the county broadband person come around to do a survey today. And he said, I don't think they're going to put a pole in, you know, everybody else is underground. If they did put a pole in, you might have to pay extra. Oh, I thought they were going to give me rent for putting the pole in. No way. And you have to make sure that it's not sort of obtruding on the neighbours, because otherwise, you know, there are laws against doing things like that. So, right, piano roll. So what I do, if I can stop it from curling up too much, is I pop it down like that. I get it up, and I don't really pat it down much except at the corners, because then I get a sheet of the card and put it on top, and that way I get two advantages. One, I can use the card to press down, and two, I get an impression through those holes, which is lovely. Lovely, lovely. And if you use tissue, you get more of an impression through the holes.
Okay, good to know.
I'm quite happy with what I get at doing it with this. So first we lift this and get lovely. There we are. That's nice, isn't it?
I have a big roll of piano roll like that. Oh, I have a big roll of piano paper, so I'm gonna have to get it out and play with it.
Yep. That's why I got a funny bit there, because that didn't lay down. Okay.
Didn't I see it? Yeah.
You've got to be careful with these pieces here, you see, so as not to tear it. Once you've got a good bead on it, once you've got it coming off like that, that's mostly Payne's grey there. That's rather nice. That's pretty good. I like that. It's got little bits of the copper showing through. Lovely.
Ooh,
so now I get to put another layer on top.
Ooh.
And take another pull, because there's loads left on the plate. So I think I'll have to put another layer on and leave that one to dry.
Yeah, Mariah says she wants to make a stencil with the piano roll cuts sort of design.
Yes. Yeah, she said that for something to it, didn't she? Yes. Yeah. What colour am I going to put on this? I think I'm going to put the pale or the burnt umber. Either burnt umber or pale lemon. I've got some burnt umber in it. Let's put the pale lemon on. I'm going to using this up. I'm going to have to make more.
Pale yellow, did you say?
The pale lemon mix.
Right.
Do you realise that pale lemon is made from lemon yellow and titanium white?
Mm-hmm. We talked about that.
Yeah. I didn't know that until I looked at the label and went, oh, look, it's got that and that in. Oh, interesting. I could make some of that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I've got some lemon yellow.
Now you're becoming the mad scientist like P with the mixing at paints.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. Let's do the biggie.
Who was it, Mariah? Was it Golden that invited your mom to come and play with them over in the UK? Or was it
in the UK? Oh, I thought it was in the US. Wasn't Golden in the US? I thought it was.
So I'm thinking of somebody. I thought, oh, maybe I'm thinking of Paper Artsy. I don't know. I didn't write that one down. With her mixing paints and colors and and Paper Artsy in France. Yes. Okay, that's what it was. They told her if she ever gets to France. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And what you did right there, what I'm seeing is reminding me what and I think it was Patricia that did it, used the side of the brayer to make marks in the paint, more impression.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, I think you should go, Mariah. You both should go. Win the lottery and go.
Yeah, that's the clue, isn't it? Now this one's going to have to wait.
And then Fran and I would be ordering whatever paints that Patricia came up with.
Yep, certainly would. And I'm going to use this to pick up that edge. Just
Okay. I wondered. There was a lag, so I wondered what you meant by this. Okay. We
pick
would
up
get
this edge. Yeah.
we would get freebies. But we would still buy because you don't have the power to give us everything. We would be paint testers. That would be Fran. Fran gets more table time than I do. So she would be the paint tester.
I'm still picking bits up off here, just never ending. This is lovely. I'm going to get a lovely impression on the other bit if I leave it long enough.
But
On the main thing.
that Fran's mind, the gears are always turning, and she would look at a color and say, I could add a little more of this or a little more of that. So she'd be modifying.
Yes, I would. I would. Right, so that I'm going to have to leave. So we'll go back to the 8x10 one that we left over there and see what's happened to that. There, be a good little plate. Stay there. Let's see what's happened to this one. You know how Patricia goes, gets the plate, brings it in, and then goes, no, it's not ready yet. Is that by feel, or does she look? Because I've seen her look, but I'm just wondering.
Oh, I don't know. Interesting.
Oh, this is coming up beautifully. Beautifully.
I wonder if it's well, she does do peaks. She'll peek underneath and she'll peek underneath like at one little corner and then peek underneath at another little corner. So, I wonder if that's what it is.
This is lovely.
Right, just pick a little up and peek, and I think that's how she gets a feel. Oh, is that lovely? Oh, love
that nice. That's got little traces of copper here and there. It's got the lines from the side of lines from using the side of that. It's got traces of the stencil underneath, and it's got the swirls from that brush. And that's gorgeous. I love that.
And turn it to the side a little bit because there's a beautiful. Yeah, it picks up the
light. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Oh,
it gives you a shiny bit.
Mariah says that is most wonderful.
I'm quite pleased with that. That's really lovely.
She said P is here. Mariah said P is off scraping mats for stencils, so she is watching, but not at the keyboard. And then P came on and said, "Wow, wow, wowza."
Now, what are we going to do next?
I don't know what the wiggle is, but she'll do it. Mariah said, "Do the wiggle." I don't know what. The paper. Wiggle the paper.
The wiggle. I want the thing to draw it with.
Wiggle the paper, maybe. I love seeing the little flecks shine with the light.
It's amazing how many different things you can get using a very small range of colours. I liked that one a lot. I think it had some Indian yellow in it. Right, I've got the brush ready for the wiggles. Let's put a bit of this on. Quite gloopy, that, isn't it? It kind of runs away from you.
Okay, what have we got now?
That is the red transparent iron oxide, or transparent red iron oxide, or transparent iron oxide red. the red one.
I will do that, Mariah. I need some answers, so answers would be better than questions, but okay. Fran is running StreamYard, so she has all the settings. So maybe you want to message with her instead.
Well, it'll have to be for another time, because when I tried doing it this time, I tried going to settings. It just threw me out of StreamYard. I had to go and join the studio broadcast again.
Yeah.
It did not like me.
I don't seem to have any control because she's running it, not me. Does that make sense? Usually you're running it, Mariah, so that you know. But in this case, because it's on Fran's channel, she's running it. I have to remember barbecue brush.
I want to know what made this one so dark and beautiful. Now that's got some orange and the blues in it, hasn't it? Right. And that other one over there, this previous piano roll one I did, that has some reds in it. And I think it's magenta, but I don't like the magenta so much. But I think it's also got the heavy body red that I bought. The only one I've got.
That's one of my favorites.
Heavy body, where are you? I want to use some of that. And I also want to use some of the copper.
So Fran, I'm going to relay a message. Mariah says, will you message her when you can and maybe test the StreamYard, the settings and everything with her? You know, she can help.
It'll have to be when we finish the broadcast then, because I just got thrown out before. So
right, not now.
And it made an awful noise, didn't it?
Yep. But
there we are. There's the heavy body red I want.
We have time. I'll remind you.
I think that's some of the grey in as well. So I want to put a layer of grey on this.
Okay. Payne's grey too?
Yep. And that layer of I think the Payne's grey 2 is better than the other one. I could use the other one, Payne's grey 1, because I only want a very small, thin layer. I don't want lots. I just want to sort of, yeah, I'll do that.
The 1? Okay.
I'm doing Payne's grey 1, yeah.
And we're about a little over an hour and a half in, so you know.
Okay.
Winding down, maybe.
Really? Why?
Well,
I'm still rolling on. I'm still rolling on.
You've done very well today. Really, very
well.
well.
One mustn't have too much of a good thing, must one?
No, it's all. Well, let's not. Oh, or the graphite. Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Graphite. Yes, I hadn't thought of the graphite. Yeah, I still like. I've got the Payne's grey on now.
We do have that graphite.
Yeah, that's in the box over there. So I shall have to dig for that a little bit.
What? It takes about an hour and a half to warm up. Yes, you're right. And what paper are you going to use here?
Piano roll.
Okay. And you use the 1? Did you say you went ahead and used the 1? PG1?
Yep, PG1.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm getting some quite nice patterns on this brayer off stuff now. Lovely.
Oh,
now, what am I doing?
And Mariah, just so you know, even after the broadcast, she'll go get a fresh cup of tea and probably be right back in her room doing more now that she knows where she's going. And we'll either do it privately in a Facebook chat room, or we'll, wherever we can get together to play again.
Impression plate time.
Ooh.
That's mine. And that's P&M's. I love this one. I really like it. It's the randomness of it. It's lovely. And then I like this one as well, which has got randomness to it built in almost.
Yep, exactly.
There we go. So there's not much of that gray left now. So we'll just waft that dry.
Okay.
Shouldn't take long because it's oh no, it's got retarder in it. Oh dear, it might take a bit longer than you think.
Anytime you're doing a dry-in is a good time to show off last week's papers.
Oh yeah. Well, these are the ones that started me off on this because I just had so much fun with these. I pulled that one fast and just got the center, and then I went back and went over it with other things on top. And in fact, Violet has a list of that because I can't remember. And then there's this one which I really like, but it's got alizarin crimson on it that came out like sort of sticky blood.
Ooh, it was
partly set blood, and it made a right mess of my brayer, but I love the result on the paper. And then there's this one which is just wonderful. Now that's using the close corrugated cardboard that I ripped lots of, and the big bubble wrap. And that's on the pale lemon yellow and some Payne's grey to make it this slightly greyer tinge, because you can see the difference between the two. One's the lemon yellow, and that one's lemon yellow with some Payne's grey as well. Lovely. So that's what started me off on all this, because I want to do things on that same sort of level, same sort of colour, same sort of density of layers, which is why it's taking so long doing this, because I want it to fit in with the rest of them, so that when I make a journal, it's all going to look as though it's part of the same plan, basically. I'll tell you what, while I'm waiting, I'm going to put a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit. Let me get that out of the way. That out of the way and grab a tissue. No, that's a wet one. I don't want a wet one. A dry tissue. A dry tissue. And a little bit of this teal, Blue Lagoon. So I used the deep turquoise before, but that was, I want something a bit lighter this time. So just going to, and I've scrumpled the tissue so I get some nice ridges, you see, to put it into. Did you see that? I scrumpled. Look,
yep,
I scrumpled the tissue.
Yep. And I just need the exact name of the color.
It's golden fluid acrylic teal.
Okay.
May not show through because I've not got very much going underneath, but I've got a bit. So we'll see what shows through and what doesn't. See, if something happens to your tissue and a big bit blobs through and you get a blobby shape all the time, you don't have to keep that blobby shape. You can go over it with the tissue, and you can poke the tissue in with your fingernail or whatever so that you don't have that big blobby bit anymore.
There you go. There's a tip.
There you go.
Write it down, people. She may not repeat
it. Yeah. So at least we're recording this, so then maybe I can remember it as well.
Oh, Mariah, exactly. I've imagined that. Mariah says you are going to need a tiered tower on a Lazy Susan to hold your paints.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
But you have to understand that. Buy those in this country. Mad Frankie is she's mixed media all over the place, not whereas P wants her paint studio area the way she wants it, whereas Mad Frankie, okay, now when we're done with gel plating, she's going to clear everything off and she's going to put on who knows what she's going to do next, you know. She might build a UFO. If you've ever seen her UFOs, you would understand she needs the whole table and all the space she can get for her bits.
Yeah. Now, if something's not drying quite enough, you can go over it again with the fresh area of the towel and pick up some of that that's not quite drying as fast as you'd like that. Sorry, I probably got a bit of thingy in the way. And then maybe we can get on then. Now, what am I going to put next? Oh, yes, the Naphthol Red Medium, which is a golden heavy body acrylic.
Okay.
Let's give it a go. Get rid of that up there. Let's see. Now, if it all mixes in, doesn't matter. What's red and blue make? Purple. That's all right.
Purple.
Not at all.
And also, Mariah, she has another desk to play on that's over there, but the camera doesn't sit over there. There's nowhere really for her to stream on that table.
Yep.
But it's another play area.
And besides, this is a very messy form of art, and that was my father's desk, and it's leather and wood, and I'm not touching that with paint. Not like this. Doing it delicately with a brush, maybe, but this, no. I'm not ruining my dad's desk.
Yep.
Whereas this might be G-plan, but it's covered with things, and I'd rather have something a bit less prized, you know, underneath the weird paints.
I'd still say I agree with Mariah, though, that you need that tiered tower on a turntable.
Well, if you tell me where to get one, I'll save up for it and buy one, but I have no idea.
Well, now I'm on a mission.
In the UK, don't forget, you see, and that's what makes it difficult. Now, what else have I got? Well, I've got some of these thingamies. I can do something with those.
We'll confer with Mo about that. We'll see what Mo has to say. Oh, those are your pebbles. Oh, yeah.
Ones I cut off, yeah.
Yeah, I love that, Matt. Right, Mariah. Right.
It's getting dry. I can tell because it's lifting bits off. Now then, what next? What was the last? Oh, let's have a look at the other side. I want to get some more off there. Hang on. Do it both ways, and I've got a crossy.
Let's see. You started out with Payne's Gray PG1.
Yeah. There we go. That's pretty good. I like that. Now I want. What do I want? Forgotten here. Lemon yellow. I want some lemon yellow or burnt umber. What do you think?
Ooh.
Lemon yellow or burnt umber?
Ooh.
Burnt umber, I think. Burnt umber.
Okay.
Something dark. Yeah.
Let it dry, right?
Yeah.
So we make sure. Yeah. Okay, we're dry. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Piano roll.
Sorry, I was just putting bits in there. Piano roll. Here we go. Piano roll. We'll only get a partial on this because it's a much smaller plate.
Okay.
That'll do. That'll do.
The only thing left on the list is brown paper.
Yeah, well, this is brown. Very good.
Funny girl, funny girl. Oh,
I have got loads of brown paper. I don't know why I'm bothering. I've got loads of brown paper.
there you go.
What?
It's better that way.
Now, maybe this time we can do it without having a folded over bit.
Yep.
Like that. There we go.
So it matters where you cut it. With those slits.
Yeah. Well, you can't really avoid having slits that are sort of unattached at the edges. You can't avoid that. Just the way it's made. Right, let's take that up. And we've got some lovely pattern. Lovely. And then...
Oh.
That's got a lovely print. And there's more to come.
Oh.
Lovely. And there's more to come. There's more on there. I'm going to put a layer of lemon yellow on, and then I'm going to leave the next piece on there. And I'll go, just for you, I'll go and find some brown paper.
Okay, and so the Payne's gray didn't really come through too much on that.
No, well, it was the very, what's it one?
Yeah, it was the light mix. But the you could see the teal blobs.
The very transparent one. Sorry.
Right.
So I've got lots of brown paper. I'll just cut a piece. There we go.
Pale yellow, you said?
Sorry?
Pale
yellow, yes.
Yeah, I like
Now,
that.
shall I use straight pale yellow or the pale yellow with the iridescent medium?
Well, does the medium does that one also have retarder in it?
Yeah, it does.
It gives
Quite
you
a bit, 20 drops.
It gives you more time. It's up to you.
Well, I'm ready. I'm ready anyway. So let's use the pale lemon yellow then.
Mix.
No, the pale lemon yellow that doesn't have the retarder in.
Oh,
because I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, go for it.
Open it.
Don't let me stop you. I'm not the boss of you.
Can you refill a tube? You know, you used all your paint and you can mix up some new. Can you refill the tube?
Why would you, if you have little jars to put paint in? Why
I was just curious. That's all. I was just curious.
Can I? No. Can somebody else? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, look, it's gone all pink. Oh dear. It wasn't quite as dry as I thought it was. Ooh. Oh well, we've now got a pink one. Well, that's one way to get a pink, I suppose. Shiny side down. It's got two sides, shiny and rough. I am putting shiny side down. There's no particular reason for that, because I don't know, not having tested, whether that makes the slightest bit of difference. So I can put that aside for a few minutes and go and see what's happened to the other one.
Yeah, that did turn kind of pink purple, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's
the pale lemon yellow and the golden heavy body Naphtol red, medium. We're going to get something nice with these folds. That's going to be good. Right, so I'm going to lift that up off the table, take it away. Bring back the other one. See what we get.
Back to the 12 by 14.
That's the biggie. Biggie. This is the one I have to keep trying to get in because I sort of encroach upon the crafting space every time I get a smaller plate in. It's like, oh, the smaller. No, there's no room. No room. Go away. Right, let's see what's happening.
You have to learn boundaries, my dear.
Yeah, well, oh, yes. Oh, lovely. I'm liking that. Ha ha. And there's still some mappiness left on the plate too.
Oh,
wow.
Yellow tape. Yeah, do not cross the line.
That is just lovely.
Oh, man. That is, oh, bring it over to the right a little bit. Yeah, oh, man, when the light hits it, it's just wiggle the paper. It looks so cool. Jiggle wiggle.
Yeah, you can see the textures. There's the impression plate from Geopoly there. I can see that quite clearly. And there's some of the pebbles. Oh, it can't be the pebbles. I didn't put pebbles on there. What is that?
Pebbles on that.
No, but it's got some of the round thingies from the one I don't know what it is. And, oh, I know what it was. It was where I used the tea bag strainer. Yeah, because there's some here, and that will be the same shape, that over there. Lovely. Lovely.
Do you see the stencils bits, Mariah? All the ones she put down?
And there's the I don't know what it's called. It's sort of teardrop shapes.
She's found over here.
And there's some absolutely lovely bits where the copper ran away from itself on the plate and just went.
You're right. You're right in a reflection of light that we can't see where you're pointing. Sorry.
Here.
Come over to
Can
the
you
right.
see it now? It's this bit I want you to look at. The little crazing here.
When Fran wiggles it, it's just.
Do you see it now?
Oh yeah, I do. I don't know if anyone else does. I don't know where we are with the lag. Let me see. We're getting there.
Well, it is lovely. I will take a shot of this and post it so you can see it properly.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, when you tilt it with the shine from me over here, I can see these plates that have been used, various stencils. But when you look at it that way, you don't see that. You just see the patterns that are showing through. That's amazing.
And Mariah remembered that there was half of the mandala in there. I forgot about
That's what it was, the mandala. The teardrop shaped thing is half the mandala. That's the word. Yes. I couldn't remember. Now, I reckon one more set of colours and put this aside to pull tomorrow. And then have a look at that other plate, which I've got a feeling that may need to wait till tomorrow as well. That other one. Yeah. But I've got these little stencils over here, these little ones. I can do some with them. And I've got the pill packet. I can use my pill packet. Yay. Isn't there the, I'm hoping the little thing from the plugs is over there somewhere as well, because I've mislaid that and I wanted to use it.
I agree, everyone. It's lovely and great, and you don't know until you do it. I mean, if it turns out to be, you look at it and you say it's just mud, well, then use it for collage fodder or bits behind clusters. There's always a way to use it, so it can't all be bad. But you wouldn't think these colors would look so well, but if that's
I can't find that little thing, but I found some other things to do. So we'll have a go with those on this last bit.
It's
So what are we going to do on this?
today?
I really, really like the copper coming through. So guess what I'm going to use?
Copper. Oh, we're still on the 12 by 14.
Yeah, I want to pick up this last bit, but you won't get to see this tonight. You'll have to come back. Come to Makers, the Makers group, for a picture of the reveal, which I'll do a photo of.
Mariah, would it be okay if I posted the Makers group here for anyone? I'll be happy to do that.
I keep forgetting there might be people that are not in Makers.
I could post a link if you tell me it's okie dokie. Happy to post it. Well, there you go then. There's the group. This is the group. I'll just type it out. There we go. Thank you, dear. Yeah, Fran will pull these later and post. Well, she already has some beautiful pictures in Makers. There's so many wonderful artists and makers. It just blows me away. I can't keep up.
Oh, I know what I haven't done. Tea bags.
Yes, be sure to answer the questions. We all know that, but be sure to answer. And if they don't come up for you, you might be on your phone. You might do better to get on a laptop or to refresh your Facebook page on, and then you'll see the questions. For some people, they don't always show up. What did you forget?
Tea bags. I'm going to put some tea bags on here.
Yes, Anne's tea bags.
Don't really need dots. There's enough dots anyway of its own. There we go. I'm going to put that one down there.
Hi, Lisa. Sirius Hecka is here.
Hello, Lisa. Sirius. Lovely name. Lovely.
I think someone said it was Greek.
But we're definitely using different papers. I suddenly remembered the tea bags. Come on, that's it. Wasn't going to rip there.
Lisa says, hello. This is going to be.
And I'm going to see if this material, I don't know what it is, but it was wrapped around the tea bag. So I'm going to see if that will pick anything up. It might. It picks a little bit up. Yeah. And then I'm going to put a big sheet of card over the top of that.
Ooh.
And press down. Which probably won't do very much.
Right? The anticipation is here. We're all just wondering what is going to show.
Try and get some of the pattern into the tea bag. Like that. Like that.
Baron, yeah.
I don't want to use the bag on this because there might be some paint coming through. Well, in any case, I want to press on these areas with my fingers.
And Mariah, I haven't stressed the Baron to her today because early on she was touching it and she was just loving it. So I just let her be, let her stroke her paper and enjoy it.
Isn't that nice? Oh. And it's sort of patchy. I love that. That's gorgeous.
Wow.
I must tell Anna. This worked really well. I'm very happy. I think someone said you could get tea bag paper. I've got a vague feeling I might have bought some quite a long while ago. I never used it, so that would be a good idea. I don't know how big it is. It's probably only this sort of size.
Oh, you didn't show me.
What?
You put it away over there. I didn't get to see it. Oh, pretty.
Put what away?
The tea bags, you pulled them and then quickly looked and moved them over. I was still drooling over them, just the tea bags.
There you go. I've got to take these off though, you see, because I've got to get them in the water to
Right.
look after my stencils.
Thank you.
I know P doesn't care, but P can cut another one if something goes wrong.
Did you hear that, Mariah? Look quick, yeah, because she's got it. She wants to get those washed, and so she doesn't hurt them.
Soaking, not necessarily washed. I'll do that later.
Oh,
just
wait.
in the bath.
Okay, so before you do anything more, if you haven't yet, Mariah suggests, I think you should do half of the plate with graphite and the other half with Prussian, and that's not a bad idea.
Or I could do a sort of ombre effect. Ooh, I wanted to do ombre. Yes. Actually, I think I'd rather do graphite and what did she say? The other one?
Prussian.
I'd rather do graphite and something light to meld into each other, because otherwise you won't see so much ombre.
So more of a gradient?
Yeah. That's the idea.
I know, I do too, serious. Lisa, I love Prussian, but she's not on a blue kick today.
No, I'm definitely not on a blue kick, because I'm trying to do an ancient wall, so it's got to be sort of in the graphite will suit it fine. Yep. It's got to be graphite, burnt umber, burnt sienna, nickel azo gold,
red oxide,
red iron oxide, bronze, copper, a bit of lemon yellow here and there, and the pale lemon yellow, and some red. This one, yeah, and the Payne's grey. Yeah. So, but if I'm using graphite, Payne's grey won't work.
Right. You've dropped some deep turquoise and a little bit of leaf green
teal
on the first one, but
there was just in little bits to indicate lichen or verdigris, depending on whether it was copper or what, you see.
Right.
So I'm thinking Venice and all that water, there's going to be something growing on the walls.
Their names of paint, Cheryl. Oh, Mariah says then the Indian yellow, graphite and the Indian yellow. Ooh.
Yeah, that might.
The Indian yellow. Ooh. Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that then. Okay. I've got to dig for the graphite for a moment. It's down here. Or I could use Naples yellow deep, because I like that. Now, graphite is one of the iridescents, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of these metallics. I mean, not iridescent. One of the metallics. I'd like to get bigger ones of these.
So you need to put the color down first and put the graphite down last, because it dries fast.
Why?
Because the graphite will dry fast.
Oh, okay. So what was I going to do? Graphite and
the yellow.
Lemon yellow. Because lemon yellow is a bit thicker, isn't it? Yes. Okay.
We're going to go back to that one, not the
Indian yellow. I mean, Indian yellow. She said.
All right.
So, Indian yellow. Probably have to add some more.
So,
but I've got to get it to mix. I've got to put the two on at once.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and she has the set of smalls, so that's how she has it. Your pill pack. There you go. Move quickly. That's
I can't.
Yep.
I'm doing the best I can, honest. Honest,
Mom. Especially with the graphite. Get it on, leave it on, and put your paper down.
Yes, dear. Just want to get a nice meld in the middle.
Yep. See if you get that.
That's good enough.
I like that.
Okay. No, I can't do that. Let's do this one. See if I get anything off.
Ooh, nice giveaway. Nice gift done.
Hmm?
I love the Amsterdam paints. Becky from Aunt Beck Creations gifted me some Amsterdam paints, and I'm still wowing over them. Still loving them.
Lovely, lovely. Good. Now I'm going to have to leave this because there's no way that's going to come off with all that stuff underneath. No, and that's going to have to wait till tomorrow.
Oh,
I did warn you. I did warn you. But I will go and look and see if that other one is ready. So then we've only got one to wait for. But if not, stop whining.
Lisa, I love them. I'm used to dealing with the cheap folk art or whatever from Walmart, and I'm just in love with these Amsterdam paints. Mariah says
no, it's not ready. I can feel it's cold.
Leave it.
It's not ready. That's got to be left. I'm so sorry. You'll have to come to Makers to have a look at the reveal.
I'd rather wait than have it ruined. No, leave it.
Yeah. There's a patch that isn't going to come up. So what I'll do is I'll do what I did before. Go in with a tiny little dab of the iridescent Payne's yellow that I made, this one, and just reseal it back down where I was pulling and it was coming up. So that will then let it reattach to the paper.
Mariah says it needs to ripen, and that's the term I use, is it needs to mature.
Needs to cure.
Or cure. That's a good choice of word. It's to cure.
Ripen is a nice word, though, isn't it? Ripen. I like ripen.
I like loverly.
Loverly. Loverly, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got some really gorgeous pieces out of that. Really lovely that I am so liking. There's a couple on this.
It has to go. Thank you, Janet, for coming by. We love seeing all of you. Thank you so much. Where is Makers? Here we go. It's in Facebook. Right there for you, Cheryl.
I am loving all these.
The PM language.
Bye-bye, Janet. Sorry. Not paying attention.
Mariah says, ha ha ha, we are going to have all y'all talking the PM language. Uh-huh.
I thought I was doing Cornish, but never mind.
and let's not forget, hashtag mucky muck.
Oh, poopy poop as well.
Yeah.
Hashtag poopy. I like the poopy. I've got a chance of getting some of that if it's poopy.
There you go.
Mind you, I've gone over to the poopy side myself, haven't I? I've got so much going on here. I'm loving all of this.
It's beautiful. It's just, you did what you wanted to do. You got what you wanted. I don't see a bye, Janet. Cockapoo.
Bye, Janet. Bye.
She says, bye, Fran. Be well.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Lisa says, cockapoo.
You too.
Yes, that's a good one.
Cockapoo. Yes. Cockapoo. I'm over the cockapoo right now. I'm going to do Doris so that we're no longer doing the livey bit.
That's beautiful stuff. You make beautiful stuff.
Here we are. End broadcast. Say bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming.